Hi Collective, this is going to be a quick little reading from Shaman Dreams. It's been a little while since I felt guided to my oracles, so I can tell I'm feeling better, energy restoring, because something was kind of guiding me away from my oracles, as I know I'm a divine messenger and an oracle, so let's get into the energy currently and see the sacred contract, the covenant. I love when this comes out. This one is so beautiful. See how it's empty? It's like, you guys, you're creating your reality. For a lot of you, you've leveled up, like you've completed contracts that and you've passed them, that now like you're getting to write a contract. See? Like, so you get to come up with something. This is either something you wanted that's coming in. I'm getting like wish fulfillment. Or like you're just co-creating with the universe at this time. So this is, wow. I love that. Okay. Ooh. Stranger curiosity is on the bottom. We may need to look at that one. I don't really remember that one. So first breath, beginner's mind. Oh my gosh. Look at that. She's juggling all the planetary systems. You know, this is a very powerful time because we're in the Sirius portal gateway. You know, opens up July 1st through the 7th. I'm recording this on July 3rd, but we're in this energy. This is my favorite time of the year. It's starting off Cancer season, then it gets into Leo season. Oh my gosh. This is such a beautiful time because we reach Lionsgate and all these beautiful portals and gateways are opening up. It's a very magical time. Look, Skybridge is here. Wow. Possibility for union. What? This caterpillar opportunity is still on the bottom. Fool's embrace. Transmuting pain. For some of you, that's what you did. You were transmuting pain, and you kind of fueled pain into passion. And this kind of like catapulted you out of something. Let me look at the number frequencies that we have here. So we have a 7, a 3, a 4, 11, and an 8. Sorry if you hear the TV. My kids are watching Elemental? No, Inside Out. Maybe that's significant. Something about releasing your emotions. If you haven't seen those Pixar movies, they're super cute. But that's what I felt guided to put on for them today. Everything's significant. The energy that I'm feeling. Okay, let's start with this stranger card. I'm curious what stranger is about. Moving past fears of differences, curiosity, and acceptance. The stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty as the dangers of the unknown defines its very presence. Yes, there is a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to look only for the mirrors what is safe and known to you, refusing to entertain any concept of others beyond something to fear. In order to broaden your world and new experiences, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, or you're being challenged by your own inexperience. But don't miss this opportunity for learning. So this is really a time where when you're creating what it is you're wanting to create, like it's calling you to be bold, right? To do something new. Like you shouldn't be looking at past cycles and patterns because you're out of those now, right? And it's all because you transmute. Like you're fully aware that like you've learned kind of everything that you needed to from your past experiences, situations, whatever. Like something is opening up for you. I told you, this is the time where it's like you either repeat cycles or you have a new beginning. That's why you need to be careful where you're sending like your energy and stuff. Like I recently got some confirmations and some messages that I need to be careful what I'm putting my energy into. You know, what you put energy into is where you flow towards, right? And the enemy could be coming in and trying to, you know, lead you off the path. Or that's why a lot of things come up from the past and things like that when you're ready to start these new beginnings, because it's like they want to be written in your new sacred contracts. Okay, so you need to focus on placing your energy where you want to go, what you want to experience, what you want to do. Look at this. Something extraordinary is being offered to you now if you remain curious and teachable. Allow the newness to envelope you as you explore the possibilities. This is a departure from your expectations, but the stranger has come to invite you to dance to a new music, a new tempo, a new sensation that will add more dimension to you and what you create as a result. Now is the time to leave the room from other point of views, other ways of seeing. So be very careful about people that are trying to get you. Life is like a precious diamond with many facets, not just one. So you're being called to really embrace newness at this time. Okay, I feel let's go to 21 here. The beginner's mind, or the first breath, yeah. When the first breath card shows up for you, it's time to leave the old stories and tales behind. Thank you, Spirit. You have arrived. Take a deep breath and another. There is nothing else you need to do but take in the new world that is revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. There is no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage was to get to where you are now. Just take it all in as an experience in the awe and the wonder of the arrival at the destination. You know, you need to remember, like, the journey. Like, experience where you're at with the journey. Like, I've recently been sitting with things, like, you know, like, something that, if I have regrets, I look back at stuff, it's not that I wasted a certain amount of time with somebody. It's never that. It's always that I wish that I would have embraced more of the situation when I was in it. Like, if I knew that that person, you know, like past relationships and stuff, like I should have had more fun when I was in those relationships. Like, even though I would know that, yeah, they're not my forever. Like, I guess it's because I didn't know that at the time, but I was like more fretting and getting upset and depressed, thinking about how is this going to be my forever if I can't get them to align with me or whatever. It's like, if I would have known that you're just one of my contracts of many, you're not my forever, maybe I could have embraced the situation more and could have had more fun. And just like when I've had things and stuff, like if you ever had like a toy that, like, or something that like you kept that you didn't open and you kept it to like have it pristine, or, you know, and then all of a sudden the damage happens, it either gets stolen, lost, broken, whatever, and you're like, gosh, if I would have just played with it, if I would have just, you know what I mean, like, I wish I would have had more fun with it while I had it, type of thing. So it's this energy like this that what I'm getting at is like, don't what am I talking about? Don't dwell on how difficult the journey's been, right? So you need to know that even if it was difficult and challenging or whatever, and you're like, gosh, why did I go through like hell and back with that person? Like, it was forging you, it was teaching you things, you were learning, and sometimes you have to be shown like the polarity of things so you can really experience the things when you are given them, you know what I mean? And so you take that as a lesson, like, you know that I don't know. I'm going to stop trying to explain this. Hopefully you got what I was trying to explain there. So just embrace where you're at now. This is where it's coming from. This is one of these times where you just need to enjoy the journey. Like, don't always sit there and try to plan out like the outcome or where you're going. Sometimes just literally just like be in the moment now, you know, and enjoying the journey, you know, and not the final destination, right? Because before you know it, you're going to be somewhere else, and then you're going to be Like, gosh, I wish I would have, you know what I mean, had more fun when I was so worried about the end result. Like, look, I'm finally here, or I'm getting there, or whatever. But you miss out on things along the path, right? So that's the energy that's coming out now. There's no need to dwell on how difficult it's been. Just take in your experience. Even if it's a familiar place you have come to many times before, try to experience it for the first time, for you are renewed, and the old you is no longer your concern. Like, that's something I keep telling myself, like, you know, like, I need to enjoy and embrace, like, this time right now, right? Where I have this new start, this new beginning. Like, it's so exciting when you don't know where you're going, what you're doing. Like, I know that I'm not going to be here, whatever. Like, I don't know what my next, like, life paths and stuff are going to be, but it's exciting seeing the options. And I'm starting to see, you know, like, starting to look at, well, what are my options? What's available to me? Especially after you've had a closing out of cycles and situations. It's like, what do I want to do with my life now? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Like, and especially you're in this where you have the universe that's co-creating with you at this time. So this is like an optimal time. It's so exciting. So practice the beginner's mind, not labeling or naming what you see and experience. That situation that was difficult only a few days ago, just to be in it and breathe. You have already gone beyond it. You have overcome it and resolved it. And if no one else realizes this yet, soon enough they will, as you move on. Do not squander the power of the first breath, giving old narratives mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Use it for new beginnings to animate a world you can play and create in. Do not underestimate the power of breath and the magic of the word. So be careful what you say, because sometimes people, they try to get you to get into old patterns. They try to get you to talk about the past and things like that. You know why? Because they're trying to be written in your new contract. Okay? Alright, I turn these over as I read them. Alright, so let's go to Skybridge. What needs to be connected or disconnected? You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon, though, or you run the risk of being stuck on the edge of the cliff. Life has brought you to this moment to offer you a yet undreamt of possibilities. But you must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you are allowed a breath or two before the sleep, so take a bit of time to yourself, get away for a day or two, contemplation, or even just for a few minutes, but walk to clear your head, muster your courage so that you may cross the sky bridge. The sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. Life believes you are ready, even if you do not agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans of preparation. Respond with a determined yes and let the universe take care of the details. You need to only hold on to your positive affirmations, and the way will become obvious as you flight and clear the abyss. Wow, beautiful. So that's the sky bridge. Alright, I read Curiosity already. The Fool's Embrace, 22. Transmuting pain, allowing life to love you, the experience of the both and. The pain of life is sometimes unbearable, and we're in it. We think that pain, that the loss, the betrayal will always be woven through our continuity of existence. We've kept hostage by the way we identify with the pain and what we make it mean. If we let it, it becomes etched into us like a tattoo. No matter where on the spectrum of pain you find yourself now, whether it's a mild disappointment or a searing loss, it's time to make peace with it, befriend it, rather than resisting it and running from it, or judging as if it's bad or unfair or hostile. You know, I often tell people, like, sometimes God, Spirit, Divine, they will come have tower moments happen in your world, and you'll feel as though it is breaking your heart, okay? But sometimes you will get your heart broken to save your soul. And you move on from that, and you realize that if you didn't get your heart broken, if that betrayal didn't have happened, would you have left? Would you have still been in that situation? Would you have moved on? You see? So that's why sometimes those betrayals and those things do happen, but they're actually cutting you loose. You know, they're setting you free. They're unbinding you and chaining you. And this is where I feel that you're finding this, is you've recently went through something. Like I said, for some of you, these were very, very powerful karmic cycles that just closed out. For some of you, you were literally bound to the devil, to dark energy, to pain. So to free you from that, to rip you out of that, like it could seem very dramatic, that's why I said for some of you, like you've been in this period of like getting ripped out of something, and then now you need to process and heal from what just happened. That you need a little bit, that's why you've been taking a little bit of that time to heal. But now you're realizing, like, oh my gosh, like, don't you feel better? Are you starting to realize, and if you're not, it's because you're still looking at the past and the pain and what happened. You need to start looking at right now. How do you feel right now? Do you have to worry about that? Is it done? Is something like, especially if you were finding out truths, and that is what a lot of the towers are. They're truths, they're realizations, they're seeing things. You're getting that clarity. You're realizing you're seeing things, that now you don't have to worry about finding out the truth. You know it. Or now you're out of a situation and now you don't have to figure out how to get yourself out of it because the tower just fell and got you out of it. You see? So you're in this beautiful time of creation, right? No matter where on the spectrum of pain you find yourself now, befriend it rather than resisting it, running away from it, or judging it. Can you see the gift that is here? Surrender to the fool's embrace and allow the truth to envelope you in love and compassion. What if you could learn something amazing from this? What is truly yours will not pass you by. Something better and perfect for you is waiting elsewhere. If you could come to terms with your liberation and freedom and inherent and lost, your broken heart might open up to the greater sense of humanity and compassion. As in the narrative of the tarot, the fool will be at the beginning of your life's adventure and at the end when you've integrated all of the wisdom you've accumulated along the journey. He will never let you down or lie on you. He will, however, teach you how to revel in both the beauty and the desperation of life, the both and the end. This and that will always be true. Remember, the pearl can't be created without the gritty and causing discomfort and acting as a catalyst in the oyster. Your pearl is discovered in radical acceptance that everything has value. All is well now and will be well. Remember that today as you feel the fool's embrace. Wow, that's so beautiful. Alright guys, well those were the cards that I had from the Shaman Dreams. So definitely this is your time to create. So go create. And if you feel like to do like writing things down, affirming them, creating message boards, is that what they are? And just thinking it. If you think it, you can create it, right? Always remember that. So daydreaming, visualizations, planning things out, speaking out what you want. Just be careful who you're speaking it to. If you have people that are trying to shut you down, I love to just tell myself, right? I love to talk out loud and affirm things, right? As I know that I have very, very powerful words, right? As a lot of us here are also prophets and prophetess. So anyways, love and light to all of you. Some of you have been recently given these keys and these gifts, and you're going to realize that that is one of the gifts that you are gifted with. How are they saying it to me? Like some of you, like you have these gifts, like literally, like you have the power to create whatever you want, whatever you speak, whatever you say, you create. You know how powerful of a gift that is. Love and light to all of you. Bye.